Chapter 1. The Sound That Means You. You are 4 weeks old. The world is loud and shapeless. Sounds arrive from everywhere and mean nothing. Wind in the walls, water rushing behind stone, the low thunder of the giants moving through their rooms. Then one sound repeats, 2 soft notes, a rising shape. The giant makes it while looking down at you, and only at you. You do not understand it, but you notice the pattern. The sound comes, and then the hands come. The sound comes, and then you are lifted into warmth. You begin to listen for it. You cannot know that this cluster of noise is meant to be yours, that the giants chose it, that they will make it thousands of times across the years ahead. You only know that when the world says this particular thing, something good is about to happen to you. You lift your head toward the sound. It has already begun to mean home. Chapter 2. The Sound Before Food. You are 4 months old. You have learned a second sound now, not a word, a texture of noise. It comes from the cold room where the giants keep their food. A sharp click, a peeling tear, a rattle of small dry things falling into a bowl. Your body reacts before your mind does. Your ears swivel. Your legs are already moving. You do not decide to run. You simply arrive. The giants laugh at this. They make the click on purpose sometimes just to watch you come. You do not understand the joke. You only understand the promise. This is the first thing you learn about their sounds. Some of them are lies. Some clicks bring nothing. But most bring the good smell, the warm meat smell, the smell that floods your mouth before your teeth ever touch it. So you keep coming every time. Hope, it turns out, is louder than memory. Chapter 3. The Sharp One. You are 1 year old. Most of the giant sounds are round and soft, but there is one that is not. It is short. It stops hard at the end like a paw slammed flat. It comes when your claws are in the wrong place, when your body is somewhere it should not be, when the tall thing wobbles under your weight. The first time you hear it, you freeze completely. Every muscle locks. You do not know the meaning of the sound. You only know its shape, and its shape is danger. You learn to read the air before it. The giant grows still. The breath changes. And then the sharp one cracks out, and you are already leaving. You do not feel shame. You have no word for it. You feel only the sudden cold of having done wrong without knowing what wrong is. You learn the sharp sound faster than any other. Fear teaches quickest of all. Chapter 4. The Soft Nonsense. You are 2 years old. There is a sound the giants make only for you. It is nothing like the sounds they make for each other. Their voices climb high. They slow down. The hard edges fall away, and the words melt into a warm river of nonsense. You do not understand a single piece of it. You are not meant to. This is the sound that comes while a hand moves down your spine, while you are folded into a lap, while the light is low and the room is still. You feel the sound more than you hear it. It hums through the chest you are lying against. It vibrates into your own body until something answers from inside you. A rolling motor you did not switch on and cannot switch off. You do not know these are the sounds giants save for the things they love. You only know they make them for you. And you stay. Chapter 5. The Homecoming Sound. You are 3 years old. Every day the giant leaves, you hear it happen. The jingle of small metal, the heavy door pulling shut. Then silence pours into the rooms and stays for hours. But you have learned the sound that undoes it. First far away, a low growl outside that grows and then dies. Then footsteps on the stairs, a rhythm you would know among 1,000 others. Then metal in the lock, then the door, and then the sound. Your sound. The 2 rising notes called out into the empty rooms before the giant has even seen you. You are already moving toward it. You answer with a sound of your own, thin and cracked from a throat that spent the whole day quiet. You do not understand why the leaving hurts. You have no word for the ache of the empty hours. You only know the homecoming sound erases it completely, every single time. Chapter 6. The Rising Question. You are 4 years old. You have started to answer. The giant makes a sound that lifts at the end, a small rising shape aimed at you, waiting. You do not know it is a question, but you feel the shape of it pulling something out of you, and you give a sound back. And then it happens again. The giant answers your answer. The rising shape returns, back and forth, sound for sound, two creatures who share no language, building something in the space between them anyway. Neither of you understands the other. Not really. The giant does not know what your sounds mean. You do not know what theirs mean, but you have both learned the rhythm. The turn-taking, the listening. This is the thing no one told you about the giants, that you would spend your years in conversation with a creature whose words you never learned, and that it would feel, somehow, like being known. Chapter 7, The Breaking Voice. You are 6 years old, and tonight the giant makes a sound you have never cataloged before. It does not rise, it does not command, it comes in broken pieces, wet and uneven, the breath hitching between them. The voice you know so well has come apart somewhere inside. You do not understand grief. You have no name for the thing that has entered your home, but you understand that the sound is wrong, that the shape of it is pain. You answer it. You open your throat and give back a sound you have never made before. Not the food sound, not the homecoming sound. Something lower than either, a long, thin note that comes from a place you did not know you carried. You aim it straight at the broken voice, as if you could reach inside it and hold the pieces still. The giant goes quiet. They listen. For the first time in 6 years, they are the ones straining toward your sound. So you make it again. You do not know that you are answering. You do not know you are being heard. You only know your giant is making the wrong sound, and yours is the only reply you have. Chapter 8. The Silence That Speaks. You are 8 years old. You have learned that silence is a sound too. There are silences that mean rest, the soft nothing of the sleeping house, the giant breathing slow and even in the dark. That silence is warm. You curl inside it. But there is another kind now, a silence that arrives when the giant sits very still and says nothing for a long time. When the soft nonsense stops coming. When the homecoming sound is quieter than it used to be, worn down at the edges. You do not know the reasons giants fall quiet. You do not know the weights they carry through their days. You only know the shape of their silences the way you once learned the shape of their words. So on the quiet nights you go to them without being called. You lie against the stillness. You offer your small motor into the empty air. You have learned that some sounds are needed most when there are none. Chapter 9, The Fading Sounds. You are 11 years old and something is changing and it frightens you. The world is growing quieter. Not because the giants have stopped speaking, because the sounds no longer reach you the way they did. The sharp one has lost its edge. The rising question comes as if through water. You strain toward the sounds you spent a lifetime learning. Sometimes you miss them entirely. The giant calls your two notes from another room and you do not turn. And then you feel their hands arrive, surprised, and you understand you failed to hear the thing you have never once failed to hear. You watch their mouths now. You read the air, the movement, the light. You learn the sounds again through your eyes because your ears are letting go. You do not know the word for growing old. You have no name for the slow theft happening inside you. You only know the world you listened to your whole life is going soft. Chapter 10, The Quiet Words. You are 13 years old. You are very tired now. Your body has grown thin and slow. You spend your days in the warmest patches of light, and the giant is often beside you. They have started speaking to you differently. The sounds are slow. They come close to your ear so that even your failing ears can gather them in. The giant makes the soft nonsense again, the melting river of it, the sounds saved only for you across all these years. But there is water in the voice now. The breaking is in it, the same wet broken shape from that night so long ago. They are making both sounds at once, the love sound and the grief sound, braided together over your body. You do not understand the words. You never did. 13 years, and you never learned a single one. But you have always understood the giant, and you know, without knowing how, that they are saying goodbye. Chapter 11. The Sound That Means You. You're 15 years old. The light is very soft. You cannot hear much anymore. The room has faded to a warm and distant hum. But then, close against your ear, one sound cuts through everything. Two notes, a rising shape. The sound the giant first made over a tiny newborn thing a whole life ago. The sound that meant hands were coming. The sound that meant warmth and food and home. The sound that meant you. You have not been able to hear their words for a long time now, but this one reaches you. It always could. It always will. You cannot lift your head this time. You have no strength left to answer. But somewhere in the last of you, the small motor starts, involuntary, unbidden. The only word you ever had. You give it to them one final time. The sound that means you calls out into the quiet, and you go toward it, the way you always have.